Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Dominique, and for today's video I'm going to be doing a military spouse Q&A kind of tag that I found on a website. So let's just get right into it. The first question is, how did you and your spouse meet? So we met in high school. I was a freshman. It was the end of my freshman year and the end of Adrian, the end of his junior year. And we met through some friends, and yeah, we've been together ever since pretty much. How old were you when you two met? I was 15 and he was 16. How long have you been together? We have been together since August of 2014. So we're coming up on 5 years this year. Where are you and your spouse originally from? We are from Southern California. The city that we went to high school in is called Eastville, California. Not a lot of people know of it, so I just say Southern California. Next question, how did you feel about him joining the military? At the time, I was 15 years old. I didn't really know much about it, but I knew he wanted to go, so obviously I was going to support the fact that he wanted to go, and yeah. Next question, where did your spouse go to basic training? So Adrian is in the Air Force, so all Air Force BMT is in San Antonio, Texas, at Laughlin Air Force Base. Has your spouse ever been deployed? Thankfully, Adrian has not been deployed in the almost 3 years that we have been here. His job here just doesn't get deployed. It's very rare that they do here, but I'm pretty sure the next place that we get to, he thinks that he will get deployed, which I'm hoping he won't, because our next base is actually in Germany, so I think it'll be kind of hard on me just being in a whole nother country by myself while he's gone. So we'll just see how that goes. Next question, ever been to his promotion ceremony? Oh, he has actually been promoted twice that we've been here, and hasn't had a ceremony for it. So yeah. How long have you been a military wife? So Adrian and I got married in April of 2017, and we're coming up on 2 years of marriage. So I've been a military wife for almost 2 years. Did you marry him before or after he joined? We got married after he joined because I was still in high school when he left. I was a junior when he left to basic training. So, I mean, I was high school and I was 17 years old. Yeah, 17. So we got married after, but we did get married when I was a senior in high school. We got married April 2017, and then I graduated June of 2017. I was 18 years old, so we got married. How did your husband propose? So Adrian, he proposed to me when he was on leave back in California. We went on a hike one day that we used to go on a few times there. And yeah, at the top he proposed to me, and that was that. And 2 weeks later, we got married. Next question, where did you get married? So we got married, we wanted to do it quickly because, so he was at home on leave when he proposed to me for his aunt's wedding, and then he had to go back, and then he was coming back, I think it was like 2.5 weeks later, so that we can get married. So on April 14th of 2017, we went to a courthouse, and with our closest family members, and we got married there. And then later on, we had a reception at my house in my backyard. Next question, how old were you two when you got married? So I was 18 when I got married to Adrian, and he was 19 years old, yeah. Because then he turned 20 that year, and then turned, yeah, he was 19. Did he wear his uniform on his wedding day? So he, like I said, we got married in a courthouse at first, so he didn't wear his uniform there. He just wore like some nice slacks and a button-up shirt, and then I wore like a white like a short dress. And then later on with our families at our reception, he did wear his uniform, and then I had like a wedding dress, a long wedding dress. Where are you and your spouse currently stationed? So we are stationed at Joint Base Pearl Harbor Hickam here on Oahu, Hawaii. Do you live on base? Currently, we do live in base housing, which is off base. So they have base housing off base and on base. And the first year that I got here, we actually lived off base, and we had to move out of there, so we had less than a year, so we couldn't really sign a lease anywhere else. So our only option was to get military base housing, just because if you move, you can break the lease with them because you're moving, obviously. So we are on base housing. How long were you married when you had to go through your first separation? We haven't really had to like be separated, other than like him going to basic training, but I wasn't married to him yet. But it was still hard, obviously, because I was with him for, what was it, like a year and a half before he left to training. So like I was with him every day because of school, so that's all that's all we ever did, was hang out every day. And then from going to not hanging out with him gone and no communication, it was hard. He did actually go to a training here. He had to go to Guam. It was like 2 weeks, and honestly that was harder than the training because I was here by myself with my dog. I wanted to go home so bad, but we have a dog. I didn't want to leave him with someone else here just because I don't trust anybody with my dog. So I decided to stay here and stick it through the 2 weeks, and yeah. Next question, what is your favorite base so far? So this is our first base together, or his first base. So I can't really say what a favorite one is because this is our first one. Next question, do you think your spouse looks good in his uniform? Next question, do you think military life is more advanced than civilian life? I don't think it's more advanced. Military life and civilian life is honestly the same. It's just that they have to go to work in uniform. They come home after their job, whatever hours they work, and yeah. Sometimes it is harder because like if your husband or your wife is deployed, then it is harder in that factor. But for us right now, like he comes home after a day of work and it's like a normal life, to be honest. Next question, do you have a lot of military wife friends? No. I have one military wife here that I am friends with and I hang out with and talk to every day. She actually has a channel, so I'll link her channel below. And yeah, she's the only wife that I pretty much talk to. Of course, on Instagram, I follow like a ton of military wives that are stationed everywhere. 23, question number 23. What is the hardest part of the military life? The hardest part is honestly just being away from your family. So it was different from going to like spending Christmas together, spending all the holidays together with your family, and then coming here and then having it to be hard because you don't have anyone besides your husband at first. But then you grow a family here with other military people, and like this is your family now. So that is the only hardest thing I can think of right now. Next question, do you own military wife stuff? I don't think I do. I know in the beginning I used to, like when he was in basic training. Yeah, I think I have a sweatshirt that says Air Force. Does it say Air Force or Air Force Wife? I think it just says Air Force. Next question, do you support your spouse as a member of the military? Of course I support him in anything that he does, whether he's in the military or not. He's still my husband and I wouldn't change a thing about it. That was the last question of this tag, so make sure you guys like and subscribe if you like this video. And if you have any questions, leave them down below in the comment section, and I will be back with more videos. Bye guys.